Now we are going to discuss the fourth group of protista organisms, fourth subgroup of protista organisms, slime molds, right? Mold, the word we heard already in the lower classes in the school level. Mold in the sense of like a fungal organisms, right? Bread mold, fruit mold. We are learning that already. So we can estimate it that the fungal organisms or belongs to this kind of this group, slime molds. So now we will discuss the characteristic features and specialities of the slime mold. The first thing is that these are saprophytic protists. We can see that saprophytic. We know that it's a kind of a nutritional process. Saprophytic in the sense of the organisms obtaining food material from dead and decaying matter. And these are multinucleated. When you observe the organism's body, the cytoplasm containing many nucleus, it is called multinucleated. And this multinucleated cytoplasm is surrounded by a plasma membrane. Till now we have discussed that the cells are covered by cell wall, thick cell wall, strong rigid cell wall. But here the cells are surrounded by a thin plasma membrane, right? Later, this body is moving, right? Body is moving like a decaying twigs like a structure. This, when you observe these structures, it's like a decaying twigs. They are moving like that, and leaves engulf organic material. Whatever the organic materials like plants and animals and the dead bodies of after the death of these organisms, and they will be engulfed in the sense of they can feed, they can eat, they can consume, they can obtain the necessary nutrients for their survival from the organic material, right? Later, under suitable conditions, they form an aggregation called plasmodium. Under suitable conditions, organisms can be adapted for different conditions, because every time conditions are not suitable. So under suitable conditions, these can be forms like a plasmodium, and under unfavorable conditions, during unfavorable conditions also, it is differentiated and forms fruiting bodies. During favorable conditions, plasmodium. During unfavorable conditions, they are modified like a fruiting bodies, and these fruiting bodies bears the spores at their tips. We can observe that. Okay. Later, the spores are true walls. The spores are having true walls around the spore. We can observe that a strong rigid wall is there. That strong rigid wall help them. It's extremely resistant because of containing the strong rigid true wall around the spores. It is extremely resistant, and they can survive for, you can see that, many years until they are getting favorable conditions for the development. They will be in like a inactive state by having a true wall. They are extremely resistant from any kind of environmental conditions and the disease causing pathogens, and they can survive the spores until many years, even under adverse conditions, not in the suitable conditions. Under adverse conditions also, the spores can be protected or preserved or saved by having a true cell wall for many years. This is the great thing here. Later, reproduction method. We know that molds means the fungal organisms, mostly they are reproduced by spores only, right? The fungal organisms mostly produced by spores, and these spores are dispersed by air current. We know that spores are very lightweighted particles. So this can be spread from one place to another place along with air. That's called as a air current. These are passively moving by air. So it is called air current, can able to disperse the spores. This is regarding the essential points of the slime molds.